I am located in the Kentucky, Tennessee area. So land is a real topic that comes up because we have lots of houses, or quite a few houses, that are on some extensive land, sometimes 10, 20, 60 acres. Now, typical loans, like your conventional FHA, VA, USDA, they do not allow for working farms. But did you know that you could have land? Now, FHA, USDA, conventional, and VA all say that the excess land must be in its highest and best use. So if you have a house that sits on 50 acres that's very farmable, that's going to be a tough one to get through because its highest and best use is to be a farm. However, if you've got 50 acres and you've got your house with 4 or 5 acres that are cleared, and then you've got all wooded acres behind you, or maybe it's rolling hills, the highest and best use is probably right as it sits. So go for it, make it work. A lot of times that excess land is totally okay. So don't think just because a property has tons of acreage that you can't get some of your traditional financing, that low down payment financing or that low interest rate financing, lower interest rate financing. It is available. So talk to your lender, have the lender pull up the listing and really see what the land looks like. At the end of the day, it's going to be up to the appraiser to say if it's in its highest and best use. But as long as it's not a working farm and it's not obvious that it was a working farm 2 weeks ago and its highest and best use is as a working farm, you get the idea. Then you can do a home that has excess acreage on these products. A lot of people think that it's 5 acres or 10 acres is the max that you can do for conventional, and that's just not the case. It really depends on the land itself and what makes the most sense. With that being said, there are some caveats around buying a house in a neighborhood and buying the adjoining lot, thinking you're going to get value for that lot when truly the highest and best use for that lot in a neighborhood is to build another house on it, right? It's a lot in a neighborhood. You just bought it because you wanted to not have a neighbor. But the highest and best use for that lot is probably a lot to build on because it was made in that subdivision to do that. So know that in a lot of loans, that could actually be a problem. Whereas acreage is okay, but an adjoining lot that was made to be built on, it was set up in the neighborhood for it to be a housing lot, its highest and best use is probably as that, a lot that you build a house on. So know that that could actually be a problem and you may not be able to use the value in that lot. Again, good questions for a lender, but good things to know when you're out there looking for properties. Now, if you are a lender or a realtor or a real estate professional and you want to make this exact content or something like this and would like a script, something to go off of with this information, know that the Recharging with Champions website, rechargingwithchampions.com, does have a script area and you can go and download that script and use it for your own video. Go out and be the guru. Share this information, especially if you're in an area that does have land, that does have the ability to buy 5 to 20 acres, and you want to be the guru in that market. Make this video for your sphere and let them know it is feasible. Talk to you next time.